have to film the video. Come on. Oh well.
Review video! Today we are going to be talking about Spider-Man No Way
Home.
Here's a spoiler warning because there will be spoilers in this, so click off like right now.
Yeah.
Because Toby and Andrew are in it.
No.
But you've already probably seen that based on just all the leaks on YouTube. Let's start off talking about the good. This movie was made for the fans.
It was made for me.
It had so many stand up and clap moments.
Woo!
And so many awesome scenes.
Yes.
It was just awesome. I mean, amazing. After a full year of speculation and leaks, we finally got to see Toby and Andrew on the big screen again with Tom.
It brought tears to my eyes. Not really though, but it was pretty beautiful.
This movie did have emotion in it. It had some sad parts, like when Aunt May died.
Okay, just a tip. If you're a guardian of Peter Parker, don't say with great power comes great responsibility, because it means later that day you're about to die.
How each of the different Spider-Men got to share their own unique take on like what experiences they've been through to help boost each other so that they could go and save the day.
But I thought it was funny that Andrew, when they were saying who they lost, he said he lost Gwen, not his Uncle Ben, which means he didn't really love his Uncle Ben.
I guess not. Yeah, that brings us to like some of the biggest clapping scenes when Andrew saved MJ.
Oh, that was so
clap. Good. And I thought with the different heroes talking to each other from their communication, that was just hilarious.
It was
way
pretty
they
great.
got to talk about that. Where
like Toby has web blood.
When Ned asked about Toby's best friend, or when they talked about their villains like aliens and then just Rhino, that was funny.
Yeah.
And also the main trio, not the Spider-Man trio, but the Friends trio with Peter, Ned, and MJ are just really funny people. And yeah, that was great.
And also, I like how all of the villains, they weren't just cameos, they were actual characters in the movie.
Even with that many villains, which is more villains than Spider-Man 3, this felt less congested with all the amount of villains because each of the villains have already been developed in their own movies. So in this, they were able to just like continue on those arcs without having to like give them all an origin story. Yeah, I thought the ending was perfect because it was a reset to Spider-Man in the MCU. He's back to just being able to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which can be seen as he sewed his own costume.
Oh, that suit.
And
it's so beautiful.
He's gone through being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man to the world-saving Spider-Man to the universe-saving Spider-Man, and now he's back to being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which I think is a perfect ending. Yeah. And it had some emotion into it with the ending. But there are some things that I'm a little bit mixed on this. These aren't necessarily like bad because there's good and bad in these criticisms, but here we go. Yeah. Marvel broke their own rules in order to make this happen.
They did, yes.
I'm glad that they did because what we got was awesome with all this fan service. Like this was just fan service after fan service with Daredevil, Toby, Andrew, all the villains, all the references, but in order to do that, they broke their own rules. As in, Loki showed that the multiverse was based off of changes to the sacred timeline, and What If showed how those changes like affected different realities. And since Kang and Loki reset the timeline, each new reality was a branch off of that sacred timeline. Toby's universe and Andrew's universe are not parallel to the MCU.
No, they're not.
Things in the universe like don't exist, like Thanos or the Avengers.
Yeah.
That doesn't really make sense. But I guess in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, infinite things happen, which I guess makes every movie ever canon to the MCU.
Yeah. And
also just the beginning felt like it was kind of just a cheap setup to get to the multiverse thing.
Yeah, the entire reason this movie happened is because Spider-Man wouldn't shut up.
Usually I don't like it when like a reckless action of the hero causes the villains to be able to come, so it's basically just the hero cleaning up after their own mess, which that one actually started out kind of like this, but I feel like it made up for that because instead of just, oh, the villains come, let's send them back, they figured we need to cure the villains, we need to save them,
Yeah.
so that they can be better in their own universes, so that this whole movie wasn't for nothing. This movie was to help those villains and to help the other Spider-Men. So they made up for that part of it, and I think they tied that off really nicely.
And then also I did really enjoy both of the end credit scenes, you know, with Venom now being in the MCU.
Yeah, I think it's funny how the end credit scene of Let There Be Carnage made us think that Venom was gonna have a big part in this.
Yeah.
And then he was just for the end credit scene.
Yeah, and then the second end credit scene, which was the trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Really hyped for that.
Pretty sick, yeah.
That's gonna be really good. With all of that said, we are gonna give this movie a drumroll please. 9.5. It was awesome. It's every fan's dream.
Yeah.
Tell us what you thought of Spider-Man No Way Home. Well, that's all for us.
Please like and subscribe.
That was really cringy.
Bye.
Bye.